afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Brewing Bollocks podcast with myself, Bobby K, and Cuva99 for your weekly ramblings of absolute madmen. So, Bobby, what's been brewing in this last week?
Oh, good times, buddy. I spent my lovely Saturday morning not watching Tottenham, so my complete day wasn't ruined. I got to spend the evening with you two lovely gentlemen.
Oh no, Levy's bopping him already.
Other people that were kind enough to just already doing this. I can see my internet is already starting to act up, so this is going to be fun. How are you?
Said it before. We've said it before. The only Indian that's struggling with tech problems.
and that's why I refuse to fix it, because I want to be that guy.
Yeah. He's a hipster. He's a hipster. Cooves, what's been brewing, sir?
Several cups of tea and some good biscuits to go with it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking Kit Kats.
Shut up, Cooves.
To be fair, with tea, I always go for digestives.
Yeah, I feel like Kit Kat and tea would be a really bad.
But sometimes I just like standard digestives with tea.
They're really good. They're really, really good. But let's welcome to see who's in the chat before we have a bit of a laugh. We've got Miss Ellie. Hello, Ellie. Hopefully you're well, miss. I love a brew, but the bollock's all too good. And there's plenty of that coming out of Levy's mouth. Oh, Jesh. Hello, Ellie. Elias is in the house. We have Yakov. I love it when I can catch some Benny Boy during breakfast. Absolutely. Hopefully you got some wonderful pancakes, because you're very, very good at them. The number one Agan bar in the world is here. Big up, Chris.
Definitely one of the top two.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the top two, but he's definitely the best one because he watches my show. Big up, Ben, Bobby, and Kevin. Not sure I can handle this much bollocks. Well, you're used to it, aren't you?
Get prepared, Mark. Come on, get prepared.
Yeah, get prepared. If you don't know,
anybody should be able to handle my bollocks really in this community, it's Mark, because he was one of the first people I started streaming with on a regular basis.
Absolutely. He should know about this. I don't know who this guy is. We got Moondog. Big up.
Dude, man, seriously, Moondog, I was looking at some of the work he does.
He's fantastic. Yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Ian's in the house. Morning. Good morning. Good to five guys, and you know you are. Yeah. Up the baskets.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Ian. Meow meow from it. Is ball the same as bollocks? So they're basically the same thing. If you're used to Tottenham, hashtag toys, turn off, use Spurs.
Yep.
Actually got
turn on the cough.
Yeah, turn on the cough.
And while you're here, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Absolutely. I don't know why you wouldn't have already, because that's just madness. But
yeah, and you will find the link for the free Spurs boys going in my chat once in a while. Our wonderful neighbourhood Nightbot is in charge. But Bobby has come up with a topic for us today. So we're going to do the top 5 most underrated movies of all time. And we're going to have an argument of why it's The Shawshank Redemption, just to piss off our friend Bob.
Underrated. It's in, I think, the majority of people's sort of top 5 or so, I think.
Yeah. But
it's one of those love or hate movies.
Now underrated.
But it's one of those love or hate movies, isn't it? Like, the people that love it, and the people that don't, there's no convincing them that it's good.
No person who doesn't love it.
No, I know a few other people, Ben, that aren't too that thought it was overrated.
Anybody that doesn't love The Shawshank Redemption doesn't understand things.
Speaking of which, there he is. Doris Does Dundee. Doris Does Dundee. He's already given one of them. But before we come up with a top 5, what would you boys class as an underrated film? Is it films that are well known, you think people don't give enough appreciation? Things like, I don't know, Groundhog Day, because it's the best movie ever, apparently.
Cooves?
What would you guys call an underrated movie?
I think I would probably go for something that didn't do very well at the box office, but it's really it's been really enjoyed by people anyway. So it's the ones that haven't been seen by enough people. Yeah, it's a really quality film.
Yeah.
And I'll give one of my best examples of that in a minute.
Yeah.
For me, it's a combination of things, Benny. It's the ones that have kind of been really just berated by the movie critics and stuff like that. It's got bad reviews, and there's that Rotten Tomatoes scores like really, really low, and it just ends up being a cheese movie, and then it ends up being good. Well, get on then, Bob.
Yeah, I'll send you the link then.
That's a good question.
I'll send it to him right now.
Yeah.
Sending it to him right now for you, Benny.
Yeah,
all right. See, I don't own the channel, so this isn't my crime.
Yeah, tech support. So Bobby is doing tech support. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, but I got you, baby.
But yes, see, one of these underrated movies that fans adore is Coco, and I bang on about Coco every 5 minutes because I.
Is this your number 5, or are we getting into your list, or is this?
No, we're just discussing movies.
Discussing one.
Bob's
Okay.
going to come in and he's going to give his ideas of underrated films. Big up, Derek. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully, remember Sholay was considered.
Sholay, actually, you know what? It's funny because Jaydev, that his name is actually partially attributed to one of the main characters in this movie.
Yeah,
and it is on a Hollywood movie. Like it is like Scarface thing.
You're cutting out so badly, Bobby.
Yeah,
everything.
He is. He's doing it with great gusto.
Yeah.
Mark is saying racism.
Oh, we go.
I'm gonna say
no, you don't want to say anything.
It wants to crop
out. But when Bob gets in a second,
good?
I hope we're good. We're good. I can see you. Underrated films. Everyone gives.
As soon as I want to talk, this thing cuts out.
I'll be back in 1 second as well.
Yeah. Well, no one wants to put their head above the parapet, so I'm going to give one, and that's The Day After Tomorrow. The critics slammed that movie.
Oh, Benny, that's my number 1. That's my number 1 on my list. That's number 1 on my list. No kidding. Right there. I don't want to show you the list.
Oh, he's actually written it down. He's been professional. I've not
because I was thinking about a whole bunch that I was like, this is underrated, that's underrated. But yeah, this is one, like you say, it was slain by the critics. Slain. And I've probably seen it 20 times because it's one of those movies that over here on the Movie Network channel, it's just consistently on. So every time I go to my buddy's place, they've always got the Movie Network channel on. And I swear to you, I go up there every Sunday night or every other Sunday at worst. And I would say 1 in at least every 5 visits, that movie is on.
Yeah.
Every time. And I love it. And we'll end up watching it.
I think it's one of those really good background movies you can just put on. It's just one of those movies. Jake Gyllenhaal's great.
Oh, which one are you talking about? I missed the movie.
Day After Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, good movie. Yeah.
That's what we're saying. The critics just absolutely just bashed it and said it was just so crap. And I was just saying to Koff here that when I go up to my mates on the Sunday nights, that movie's on probably 1 in 5 visits because they've always got that Movie Network channel on in the background, and they always play the same movies on that network. And this is one of them. And we always end up. You leave it on in the background and you end up watching it.
This is great.
Now I got to change my number 1 movie list.
Perhaps in a way I am.
You can put it on there, Bobby. It's just if we agree. We agree.
I had a list of other ones too. So there's another one I'll move up there.
I've watched that movie once and I won't watch it again.
Which one?
The Day After Tomorrow. I've seen it. It doesn't feel like a rewatchable one to me. I was just like, I enjoyed the story, but that's it. I don't want to go back to it.
I've watched it like 25, 30 times. I love that.
I'm probably in the same boat as you, Benny. I'm probably up there, around there. And Carl Simpson got a good one there. Constantine, actually, that was actually a really good movie. I liked it. I thought he was really good in it too.
Yeah. Most underrated movie is The Secret of Nim.
Big up
Was
that,
done
man.
with crazy small budget compared to Disney
Yeah.
movies, and Don Bluth made the most of it in his basement. That's a good one.
Yeah. It's like Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I still remember the jokes after that movie came out and everything like that. I think it was one of these late night talk show host guys. He was joking about how at the time the movie had just come out on DVD. And the joke was that, so Blair Witch Project is now available on DVD for $29.99. So you can buy it for $29.99, or you can go and make it yourself for the same price, because it was such a low budget movie, right? But it had the necessary effect, and it was a cult. It did well, like it way beyond expectation. Everyone they made after that was crap, of course.
Yeah,
but yeah, that one did.
I've got one for underrated that went straight to DVD, which is why it didn't get such a huge publicity. Almost no advertising at all, but the film was good enough to be like one of those AAA Hollywood films. And I'm going to go for Dread. The
the remake.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I actually liked it too.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, it was underrated, I think. I agree with you there, yeah.
I think what did so well on that is all the Judge Dredd fans, the comic book fans, saw how well it stuck to what's supposed to be the proper Judge Dredd. That Sylvester Stallone abomination of a film absolutely destroyed any sort of Judge Dreddness about
it. That Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, right? The original one.
Yeah. No, that was Demolition Man, wasn't it?
Oh, right. Yes.
Now, if that version of Judge Dredd, if they had made that into Demolition Man 2, that could have worked. That would have been all right. But as Judge Dredd, no way. Taking his helmet off? Don't be silly.
Boob. Bob's putting answers in the chat here, but is he joining us? Bob,
where is he?
Bob, man, we want to get going here, bud. Are you coming? We only do an hour here. We know you Indians like to be fashionably late, but come on now.
It was already late enough as it is.
He's probably naked on the toilet.
Perfect time to join.
It is the Brewing Bollocks podcast. Anything goes.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be something. Bob Spur in the Raw.
Yeah.
Forget the breakfast brew. He can do that instead in the Raw. Stream from his toilet every morning instead of his drive.
Yeah.
Square Bob no pants.
Yeah, Square Bob no pants. Underrated film is now completely gone out of my head because of that talk.
I've got another one. Perhaps you put it down as a cult classic. I know it's been mentioned before on some of these streams. The Crow with Brandon Lee.
Yes. Great.
I remember it now because you said the word. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are criminally underrated, and those are cult films. If there was a definition of a cult film, it's Shaun of the Dead. People are still taking pictures in zombie outfits outside where the corner shop was. People are still taking pictures of it.
What about would you say that Armageddon falls into an underrated category or not? Because I know it didn't do too well in the box office, but when it came out on I believe it was VHS at the time, it did really well afterwards. But in the box office, it didn't do well, and I know the critics weren't too keen on it. But for me, that's one of the first kind of world-ending catastrophe kind of movies before it all started going into this, all the superstorms and the comets and hitting us and this and that. And, that was one of the first ones that I can remember kind of that kicked off the little end of the world genre kind of thing. Would you guys say that would be considered an underrated?
You could call that underrated. Another one is Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy Quest is awesome. Tim Allen is wicked. Yes.
It's one of the best sci-fi films ever.
Yes. 100%.
And no one talks about it.
Yeah. There's another one, actually. Ian put up a good one here, Starship Troopers.
Before we go to the next one, we've got Bobby J.
So that's what your bathroom looks like.
Yeah.
Very shiny.
Get out.
What's been happening, Bob? What is brewing?
Nothing, mate. It's my day off. had a little phobia chit chat this morning on the stream, as you saw. Some great phobias. Can we have a great phobia? And I've just cooked a curry, or 2 curries.
Oh,
chicken, lamb, and I've cheated with a bit of ready-made chana, aloo chana, chickpea and potato.
I love the chickpeas and potato stuff. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Looking forward to that.
I've got to say, in Indian cooking, it's one of the few in the world where I could actually go vegetarian.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
Yeah. And I did have an appetite. Then I saw your 3 mugs on YouTube. And I thought, I don't fancy food anymore.
Yeah.
Throwing the dishes at the wall.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What a waste. Big up, everyone.
Now we've got Alan Sibley. Shut up, Alan.
I love how my internet started.
Shut up, Alan. In what's it called? Just to say shut up because
shut up.
Yeah. Apparently, Starbucks Costco were pissed up how they portrayed in Idiocracy, so studios got the movie to be released on the least legal amount of possibly. F off Starbucks. We hate you. Big up, Bob.
Big up, Derek. Big up,
saying, why can't I talk about Bollywood films? That's a bit slightly casual racism, but
casual racism.
Yeah, Terry Crews wasn't supposed to be cast in the movie since the studio wanted a bigger name and face and had multiple A-listers try for the role. How can you make your face bigger?
What movie was that?
It's very difficult.
What movie is he talking about?
Surely.
Not 3 Idiots.
But yeah,
Terry Crews is A-list in my book.
He is, man. He's a legend. And he's got a big face.
Shut up, Alan.
Big up, Terry.
Big up, Alan.
Love you, Alan.
Sorry, what movie is Jacob talking about? I'm
the Costa Coffee one.
Yeah.
Or Starbucks, whatever.
Whatever. Not possibly. Ben needs a straight backs from the movie. Great stuff. Eliza said, I didn't know you were a Bollywood fan. I'm not a Bollywood fan.
He's not, but why can't he talk about it?
Yeah. Why can't I talk about
Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I demand to be in on every conversation I know nothing about.
Yeah,
Good.
Exactly. But people
we normally are, to be fair.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know anything about K-pop.
I look at it as a pity thing, really.
Yeah, you got the P vote.
Did I Batman Earth, or is it just me?
I did, it was shit, but I don't know why. There's something about it I like. That's that horrible one with John Travolta.
John Travolta, yeah.
They look like they're supposed to look like a combination of Aliens and the Predator or some shit.
Yeah.
I think that film just suffered because it just went on a little bit too long. Like about
it was dreadful. It was dreadful.
Yeah, no,
it was actually a shit movie. I don't know why. I like shit movies. Morning, Stuart.
Afternoon Studio. Finally, someone with a brain in the house. Big up. That Tetris film was really good.
Yeah. Told you, Carl. Told you, mate. It's brilliant. Have you guys seen it yet?
No.
Tetris.
Yeah. True story.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Tetris came to common usage.
It's all about the game Tetris and the political. I don't want to spoil it. But he has, put it this way: it was during the Cold War, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Does it open with the Tetris theme song? Because I love the Tetris song.
I think it does. It's got a bit of a background. It does bring a bit of
90 minutes of blocks falling down.
Yeah, that's what it is. But honestly, it's a political thriller.
Yeah.
And just shows what these 2 individuals had to go through to make the game as it was. There's Nintendo involved in it, Sega's involved in it, Microsoft involved in it. The Maxwell, Rob Maxwell, who I was living in Derby at the time, so he had a lot to do with Derby County.
Robert Maxwell is superb on that.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But really recommend it if you love the founder. If you love The Founder's great. Yeah, if you love that, you'll love this, man.
Great.
If you love Social Network, you'll love it.
Another interesting fact about the creator of Tetris is, sadly, when he did pass away, they buried him, and when they lowered the coffin into the ground, the rest of the graveyard disappeared.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Real problem. That happens sometimes.
But when they lowered him, the bottom of the the bottom of the coffee went.
That's right. What is your what's your definition of an underrated movie, Bob Jet?
Basically, what Coof said, mate. It opens up with not much funfare. But is it underrated for yourself? Because if it's underrated if it's a film that I class as underrated, it's exactly what Coover says. It's not got the recognition that it deserves. We're talking, recent 65 has to be one of those films.
Yeah.
That for me is still underrated. It's one of the best films out there of the year, and for me, it's still underrated. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's changed the name. Just so it got a bit more recognition. That's how disappointed it was. And it's a cult following, but there's been many cult, and I suppose cult following films would be underrated, although they're not underrated now because I have that cult following. But for me, yeah, an underrated film is something that's out there that you like, everyone likes, but still hasn't got that recognition. So right now, the perfect example would be 65 for me.
Mark Cousins has got one for what's it called? Underrated films, and it's The Shawshank Redemption.
It can't possibly count though. It's highly rated by most people. That's the thing.
Going on about fucking Shawshank Redemption.
I wonder if this would this classify as underrated because it's
piss
rated
off, Mark.
People love it.
Shawshank is from Alan as well. So the movie Seven Kings Must Die is a great watch. Really recommend. Not seen that either.
That's it's so I don't know if on Netflix it was the series. It's the end of that show, The Last Kingdom, and then they made a Netflix movie. I actually just found this on Netflix this weekend, Catman. So I was looking forward to watching it today. So I hope you're right.
And I was brought up in Seven Kings, so it's I hold it dear to my heart.
United's Jacob is saying Johnny
great,
Darko. I was going to say overrated because I know Bob Jit liked it, though. In the Truth was good. Okay.
Here's another one for you. Smoking Aces. Yeah. Another one for you. It's an early Jake Gyllenhaal film. From about 10 years old. Anybody seen a film called Enemy?
Yeah.
No.
Well, there's two of them.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the
I think that's his best film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really good film. It's just Jake Gyllenhaal. It's basically his character meets his
doppelganger. Yeah.
Oh no,
it could be a twin brother, but
yeah.
And then they sort of intertwine. Their lives intertwine.
Yeah.
And it goes a bit chaotic. Yeah. It's a brilliant film.
Yeah, it does go off. Yeah, you can't talk much about it again without spoiling it, but it does go off a bit.
It does a bit.
Yeah. Jacob really doesn't like that.
Jacob doesn't like it. I think.
Well, you like Blade Runner, mate.
He's still pissed off about the ending.
Don't spoil it.
My thing is not talked about is the film Small Soldiers. Remember?
Early animation. Yeah.
Yes. Major Chip Hazard. What a guy.
Yeah. That was a good one. That
was a great 90s film. If there's a definition of a 90s film, it's Small Soldiers. Absolutely brilliant film. Now he just wants to talk about Bollywood films. I don't understand. Enemy at the Gate.
I don't have one in the 60s or 70s, buddy. I would say I started watching it in the 80s. So, Enemy at the Gate's wicked. That's that one that's based on the true story with the snipers, right?
Yeah.
Second World War. Yeah, that was
good.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really good film.
So we're a half hour in, Benny. Should everybody give their number 5 or
let's go. I still can't think of it.
What are we doing? Top 5 what?
Top 5 most underrated films.
Okay.
I'm going to go Flight of the Phoenix.
Good one. Yeah.
Flight of the Phoenix.
Dennis Quaid for all time gets underrated, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Makes some good movies.
Should have written these down in advance. It's difficult to think of the top 5.
Do you think?
That's why do you think
Coover? I'm going to think Coover's probably the only one who's watched this one. But Gross Point Blank, do you reckon that's underrated?
Great film.
Yeah,
that's a wicked film. Yeah. Mini Driver's in it. Oh yeah. And of course, what's his name? Oh man, John Cusack.
Yeah.
And what's his face? The baddie from
Jermaine
Defoe.
Defoe.
Yeah, Jermaine Defoe. That's it. Yeah. But yeah, for me, number 5 has to be Gross Point Blank. Watch it, guys. It's a black comedy, and there's not a black man in sight.
Kuba, don't check your WhatsApp. I see Kuba's head turn right away with a smile on his face.
Bobby, top 5.
Number 5 for me would be Remember the Titans. It's an American football movie with Denzel Washington is a coach.
Seen it.
True story. Yeah. It did horrible in the cinemas and actually got very poor reviews as well. Being a Disney movie, I was surprised. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. It's a rewatchable movie for me, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's a good one, Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boondock Saints is definitely a wicked one.
Yeah. Kuva.
I'm going to go for quite an obscure one for 5th then. It's a French film, and I think it's called something like I'm Not an Easy Man.
Yeah.
And it's basically it's a comedy. And it's about this misogynistic bloke, totally full of himself, nasty piece of work generally. And he gets a head injury one day, wakes up, and the roles are reversed. He's suddenly in this different world where he's getting put in his place by women all the time. He's being abused constantly by members of the opposite sex. And it's complete role reversal. And it is a really funny film because it's both got that little bit of a message there, makes you think about what it would be like to be in that position. And then some really good outcomes to it. I think it's one of those films most people won't have heard of. But
I've never heard of it. It's interesting, though.
Bob J.
Number 5, Gross Point Blank has to be John Cusack. Mini Driver, great. Action's great in it. Comedy's great in it. And who is the baddie in it, man? Who's in Ghostbusters? Name me the guys. Anyway.
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd, that's it. Aykroyd. Yeah, Aykroyd's a baddie. Baddie hitman. But yeah, Gross Point Blank. Gross Point Blank. Check it out. 80s, 90s.
Great stuff. We're going to go. Should we talk for a bit more, or should we go straight to number 4? Do you reckon?
4.
Well, my curry's waiting, so yeah, we'll go to number
4. Right. So my number 4 is Hot Fuzz.
Let's wait.
Hot Fuzz. But is it underrated though? Is it underrated?
Which one?
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Oh, that's that cop one where the English. Yes. That's a good one too.
But is it underrated? Is it underrated? Do you reckon?
I think it's underrated. You never see it on the TV. You never see it. That is a cult film classic, though. One of those two. The fact that they are regarded as cult films and not just awesome films tells you it's rated by the people that love those films rather than.
I agree. I agree.
Sorry, I just gotta say something quickly to Catman Jess because he's putting a lot of good ones in the chat. I love you to bits, bro, but you gotta stop putting stuff in there because you're cutting into my list here. Because actually now I've got to change because I had radio on my list here, and now I've got to change it. Now I got to find another movie for radio. So I lost Day After Tomorrow, and now I officially lose radio because radio was
Day After Tomorrow on there.
Yeah. No. I want to. There's one for my number 4. I picked the movie that's recent. Actually, I think it came out about 2 years ago, maybe 3. The Hunt.
Yeah.
It got
banned, didn't it? It got banned.
Did it get banned?
Yeah. No. It got banned because around the time where there was a lot of violence going on in America, so I had to delay, and they went straight to didn't have a theatrical release. It went straight to digital.
That's why it was so underground.
It was very hush hush.
So quiet, hush hush.
But it's a great film.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Ben? Cool.
Yeah.
The beginning of that movie is frigging awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. As soon as you think, all right, that's the main character. That's the main character. That's the main character. I can't say more. But yeah, for that reason alone, I absolutely loved it.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Cooves, number 4.
I'm probably going to go for one that should be a blockbuster. It's got like star-studded cast, but it didn't really seem to catch on for some reason. Sunshine, and it was the where the sun basically was dying out, and they went on a mission to try and reignite the sun, and it kind of went through all the old genres of disaster movies and adventure movies.
Is it an older
rolled
movie?
it all into one.
Yeah, it's directed by what's his face, isn't he? Slumdog.
Yeah.
Slumdog meaning what's his name?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, him.
Whatever his name is. Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls, director.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Bobby, number 5, Bob.
As people might know, I'm a big fan of John McTiernan, and he did a little film called Basic. Don't know if you watched it. John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, and it's basically is a training course that goes wrong in the middle of the jungle, and they have to work out what happened. It's got a nice few twists to it. Yeah, so it's one of John McTiernan's undervalued movies. I can see why it didn't do well, but for me it is underrated because it should have a lot more recognition.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons it's one of those titles that doesn't really go together with what the movie's about.
Film, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Basic stands for BASIC, stands for something, doesn't it? But I can't remember what it is. It's army definition of something. But yeah, brilliant.
I don't think this is underrated from Elias.
No.
Mrs. Doubtfire is not an underrated film. Everyone loves this film. Great soundtrack.
And it did well too, didn't it? I think it did
well as well. This is a great film.
Yeah.
Everyone loves this.
Great movie though.
To watch Sunshine. I'd sooner Basic instead. Mark. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My number 3 is The Day After Tomorrow because I love that film. I think that film is fantastic. Jake Gyllenhaal, the name of that, the lady that's a Jewish girl. So, of course, I have to like it. There's a Jewish girl in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely underrated. Great story. Very great for rewatching. And like the rest of, the next one on my list is probably considered not underrated, but I think it is underrated. And I don't care what anyone else says.
Well, it's an Emmerich film, isn't it? Day After Tomorrow. For Independence Day and 2012 and all that. Yeah, he likes his little disaster movies.
Yeah. So, Day After Tomorrow is number 3. Bobby!
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob, go on. You want to say something?
Yeah, no. Well, I want to follow on from Ben because my number 3 is also an Emmerich film. So I don't know if that's going to be your number 2. Moonfall.
Yeah. Okay,
I think Moonfall is a bit underrated. I think it got slammed and panned. But as a popcorn, take your mind out, put your brain to one side, sit there with your cock out, popcorn kind of movie. It's brilliant. I loved it, man. It's so far-fetched and stupid. Yeah. Moonfall is one of those. Yeah, I'd say Moonfall.
In that case, I'll bundle it into the same sort of category as Iron Sky, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Was that your number 3, Coofs?
No, it isn't. I was going to go for a Tom Hardy film called Lock.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's just him sat in a car. Talking to different people over the phone.
That's it.
It's so simple, but it's so well written.
Yeah.
And the range of emotions he goes through in a 90-minute film is just like unbelievable. It's got the full range of Tom Hardy's abilities there. And he's just sitting down throughout, just him talking.
And I know, Bobby, you were writing it down. It's not spelt Lock. It's Loche, isn't it? Or Lock?
Lock with an E on the end, I think.
Lock with E. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Bob. I am because now I know what I'm doing. I've got my 7 Kings to watch today: Sunshine, Basic, and Lock. So hopefully the kids can sort themselves out for dinner tonight when they get home from school.
Yeah.
My number 3 was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Surely.
But it's not underrated, man.
Here it was. Was
it?
Oh, I got horrible reviews here. horrible reviews because they tried to. I think what a lot of people, especially the American market, expected it to be like one of those old Chinese style. I will fight you now.
That's it. Yeah.
Story part of it. So I absolutely frigging love the story when they're drifting through the trees and everything, the cinematics behind it, the story overall, everything. Yeah, it did bad here for some reason, but I thought it was fantastic. But it was you guys over there. Had good reviews and stuff.
Yeah, it was a game changer. Angeli was brought to the fore, so because of that, he managed to get Hulk.
Michelle Yao was in it,
yeah. So it got. I mean, it's not for me. It's too arty-farty for me. If I'm honest, he fucked up Hulk as well.
I think the market here expected that old-style Chinese fighting movie, and that's why here. So that's my 3.
My number 2 is going to be very controversial, I think, because people hate this film. And
if it's Shawshank, mate, I'm fucking off now.
No, it's not. People vehemently hate this movie, but I love it. It's the second Wonder Woman film.
1984.
1984. Yeah. I think
it's not bad.
I like it.
People hate it. The critics hate it. The
critics did hate it. Critics absolutely lampoused. I mean, the ending wasn't great. It's got a great baddie in it. Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, about how you can be what you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Improvement and how you need to let go of the past and all. I thought it was a brilliant film.
Great soundtrack.
It's very important, folks, those of you in the chat and everything, to realize right now in this moment how important it is that Bob has a show like Cinecon. So get over, like and subscribe, because the critics, the real critics that get paid to do this shit, don't know crap. Listen to the people in the know. These fellas down there that talk about this stuff. So if one of our mods is there, throw the link into the chat. It would be much appreciated. Oh, what am I saying? The king of the mods is here. So why would I need anybody else here? Yeah. So get on over and get proper movie reviews because they don't know shit. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. But I love that Wonder Woman film.
I didn't mind it, but it did get panned, didn't it?
It
did get panned,
yeah.
And of course, following from the last movie, it's got a Jewish woman in it. So of course it's on my list.
Of course, yeah.
So, big
I love
up,
how Benny's racism isn't casual; it's blatant.
Yeah, it's blatant.
But me and Bob getting shit for casual racism.
That's it. That's it.
That's racist.
Everyone knows
me number 2, and it's probably I've gone on about it so long now. It probably isn't underrated.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Shit, look at that. Sorry, Catman actually is shutting me up big time here. Crouching Tiger made $213 million US and its highest grossing foreign. Okay, I didn't know. I know the critics though. I remember seeing the reviews, Jess, and they were not good. So I don't know. You know, maybe I get to. Well, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm not even apologizing for you, even if I got the wrong movie. If you weren't giving my answers away earlier, that would have been a different answer there anyways.
Yeah, Catman.
So it's your fault, okay? It's your fault, Jess.
Your fault.
Yeah.
Don't
You've underrated it.
Yeah.
Do not pick on a cat lover in my presence.
Yeah.
Well,
love the dirty pussy.
Well, you're on thin ice at the moment, Bobby.
Catman Jeff right here. He just calls himself Catman. What if he doesn't even have a cat? What if he's a dog?
No, he liked pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting talk.
There we go, Benny. We got next week's show. YouTube usernames.
Yeah.
And are they real? Catman. Does he have a cat?
Yeah.
Yes. And is he a man?
United Spurs of America. Is he really American?
Yeah. Is he really?
Yeah. Is he United?
Has he ever been on a 727?
Yeah. And do I like bobsleigh?
Yeah.
That's Spurs. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe.
Number two overrated, underrated. Sorry, number 2 underrated for me is something very recent. Bullet Train. Okay. I love it. So underrated, man.
Yeah,
it's not got the recognition it should have, deserve. It's not even got that borderline cult following yet, and I think we'll get there eventually. It's still pretty new. I think in time it will. But for me, Bullet Train, 100%. 100% underrated.
That's Catwoman, Jess. Sorry.
Yes, Catwoman.
There you got 3 Spurs boys. Other really 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I not have 5 guys? No, you definitely have 5 guys.
No.
There you go. See, Buddy, I think we got next week's show sorted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bullet Train, not underrated here. Very well rated here.
It did well here too, Bob. It did really well here.
It is not great in the UK though. It's not got the love it really.
Yeah.
I mean, it went straight. It stayed in the theaters for a few weeks. Now it's on Netflix.
Wow.
I mean, I suppose Netflix isn't a bad stream service to be on, but it's still not getting the recognition that it deserves. Absolutely brilliant. 2 great characters in it. Very Guy Ritchie-esque kind of movie. Very fast-paced, aptly set on a bullet train. But yeah, it's the dialogue's very Guy Ritchie-esque as well. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Another take your brain out, get your cock out, popcorn kind of film.
Oh yeah.
Bring your own tissues.
Coos, your number 2, sir.
Difficult.
Great film. Great. Oh
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Followed up by the sequel, which was Tricky.
Yeah, Tricky. That's it.
Yeah. I think I'm probably going to go for Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah, that's had a cult though. It's got a cult following now. But but it was one of John Carpenter's finest, isn't it?
It really is. So much fun packed into that film. For a start, how can you not enjoy a film that starts off with a man floating down out of the sky holding onto lightning as one of the villains? So it's you know we're in for something there. Some classic lines in there. It's all in the reflexes from Kurt Russell. I just love the film. Didn't really do as well as a lot of the other things he's done. So compare it to say Escape from New York and Stargate and stuff like that. Nowhere near.
I like Escape from New York.
Yeah,
but Coover, the ending demands a sequel.
There was another one, Escape from LA, isn't there? With Kurt Russell.
Yeah. But the ending to Big Trouble, the very last scene, demands a sequel. Surely, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although there was the one with a similar title, wasn't there, in Little Tokyo?
Oh yeah.
Can't remember what that was about. Nowhere near as good, anyway.
No.
Elias, why are you trying to stir shit, buddy? It's burgundy. There you go. You need more lighting on there?
You can't get away with it, Elias.
Yeah. No red in here, buddy.
Yeah, it's slightly racist.
There's no red in this house.
Yeah,
no. Burgundy's just as bad, though, Bobby.
Elias is racist, man. Why are you picking on the brown guy?
Yeah. Racist.
Picking on the brown guy.
Bobby, your number 2.
My number 2 is actually similar to something like Kuva's because even though it was a cult classic, it did not do well with reviews and stuff like that. But I know afterwards when people started getting into it, it picked up like crazy. True Romance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christian Slater.
Yeah, Slater, because it did not do well, but I don't know if it was after it, kind of like towards the end of it, or when it came out on VHS or DVD, whatever it was back then. It had a massive. Now I know it's got a massive following now, but when it came out, I don't think it did well.
Yeah, great stuff. And now number 1. It's very difficult, but it's a film that was absolutely loved over here, but slammed to the hill in the United States and in Canada. It's another Guy Ritchie film. It's The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yes.
Man, it actually did really bad here. You're right, it did, and it was a good movie.
Phenomenal film.
Yeah.
Everything,
Army Hammer.
the casting.
Superman, right?
Yeah, Henry Cavill was excellent in it.
Army Hammer.
Yeah. It was excellent.
Yes,
like
it was.
The lens flares in the torture scene, the attention to detail on all the little bits of the set. That film is fantastic. And that's why it's perfect for a number. I have no idea why it wasn't liked in North America, because it's brilliant. It's a really old school 70s spy film, a 60s, 70s spy. That's, in my opinion, that is what a James Bond film should be like.
That's why Henry Cavill's.
Yeah.
The talk about Cavill going for Bond, didn't they?
Yeah.
Purely, you look at that film. That's Bond-esque. It's Bond-esque all the way through, isn't it?
That's how I think that. I hate the current James Bond films. I've hated all of the Daniel Craig ones.
I don't like Daniel Craig. I don't like Daniel Craig as Bond.
I
don't know why.
I hate the way they've directed his Bond films. That is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is how a Bond film should be: suspense, race cars, cool suits.
Oh, you can say racism.
Story.
Yeah, race cards. Race cards.
Race cards.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a show with Coov and Bobby without accusations, so we got to have them in.
Yeah.
That is an excellent film. It's everything you want in a Bond film. Everything. And it was slammed. That's possibly why Bond has gone to shit, because they're trying to market it to North America rather than make it a cool spy film.
Yeah.
The James Bond
Good shout.
gone to shit.
Yeah.
The Man from number one for me. Phenomenal film. And if you've not seen it, watch it.
And if you don't know, get to know. For me, most underrated movies have to be all the latest Daniel Craig Bond movies.
Yeah.
No. I think I've said it before. I said 65, but I'll still buy Edge of Tomorrow for me. Absolutely brilliant. The talk of, I'll tell you what, also had a bit of a limp start. Was the Quiet Place. The Quiet Place. That got a bit of a very apt, slow.
The second one did better, right?
Yeah.
Second one did better. Yeah. But no, Edge of Tomorrow, I only watched it because of the cult following later on. I think I only watched it a year and a half after it came out, and I thought, why is this film not any bigger, well known than what it is? I love Tom Cruise anyway, not in a gay way, but I do love Tom Cruise, and I think he's one of his better ones. And of course, you've got the lovely, I mentioned Quiet Place, and I've mentioned this film. Both obviously have the fantastic actress in it by the name of I've forgotten.
Oh, Josh.
Do
you remember the original name to that, Bob?
Yeah. No, Live, Die, Repeat.
Right. Yes, that's right. Because it was all him dying and then resurrection.
Yeah, they had to rebrand it to bring out some more. That's how much of a flop it was going to be. But yeah, Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow.
Great
I think I saw one Carl had put up here, Varsity Blues. Actually, another one of those cheesy movies I liked, Carl.
Kicking and Screaming is another one of those really cheesy movies.
Kicking and Screaming is awesome.
Yeah.
Kicking and Screaming. Goal. What about Goal?
I love watching Will Ferrell lose shit. He goes on that. I know why you love it, because it's about a guy developing an addiction to coffee.
Yeah. But Kicking and Screaming is great because it's just hilarious. Oh, just pass to the Italian kids and you'll win.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Love that.
What's the game plan? Pass to the Italians.
Pass to the Italians.
And then I like even the parents. One of the parents starts off with the little Italian flag, and then he's got like the car flags on. By like the third game, he's waving the 16 by 30-foot flag.
Yeah,
that was great.
That's yeah. That one.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah,
Christmas music. Emily Blunt. Everyone loves Emily.
That's
Blunt.
It, Emily Blunt. Yeah, that's the woman. Yeah, that's the girl.
Coos, what's your number one?
It's really difficult because there's one I mentioned earlier. Dredd's got to have a shout. Just the proper version of Judge Dredd. Yeah. But for me, before that, there was one that was massively overlooked at the time. It's become a cult classic over the years. Big Hollywood remake from recent years. But I'm going to go for Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior.
The one with Charlize Theron? The remakes, the newest ones?
No, I'm not going for the new one. The second one of the original sort of trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was
Mel Gibson.
Outback, and Mel Gibson's still not that well known at that point.
Yeah.
And it was just so visually gripping. It was real sense. It really was post-apocalyptic. There was no sense of a society at all. It was just that sort of bandit country type scenario, and I just think everything about it, I loved it. It's the characters are really strong. Even the little feral kid that doesn't say anything, just grunts. Yet you still get to know the character a little bit, just with some of the things they're doing. Big
loves a good grunt. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Is Memento an underrated film? Do you think?
Yes.
Can't
yes,
remember.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is.
What Hollywood blockbusters do you reckon are very? But The Mummy is not a film that's touted as one of the best films of all time, and I'm saying it.
Which one? Which one?
The
Brendan Fraser one.
Yeah.
Because I think, talking of underrated films, I think the new Mummy with Tom Cruise was probably underrated.
Yep, it was.
I just don't like Tom Cruise, so I won't.
I love him. I love him.
Oh.
But Top Gun's apparently one of the best films ever.
Mate, honestly, Ben, watch Maverick, mate.
I
honestly,
don't like it.
That's one of the few movies that the
I've not seen the original.
Good.
I've still watched it. Brilliant.
The original one is apparently really cringe.
Yeah, it is. I told you the new one. I watched it because there's nothing else on, and I was very pleasantly surprised.
There's just a massive plot hole of they have to use F-15s because the F-35 doesn't apparently exist, and there's a problem with the F-35. We'll make the F-35 work then.
Make the F-36. Ellie's got a good one actually. Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
And then there was the other one. There was another one with Michael Douglas.
Home Alone is terrible. Piss off. Home Alone is awful.
There's another one with Michael Douglas. I don't know if you guys know it. It's one of the Baldwin brothers in it too, called The Game.
Yeah.
That
Fincher.
was a great movie.
That's
too.
one of Fincher's early movies. David Fincher. Nice little twist.
Directors. That's impressive, Bob. So
it's not the Baldwin brothers. It's the Sean Penn. It's one of the Penn brothers.
Oh, okay, it's one of them. Okay, I don't know. All these white guys look the same to me.
Would you guys call the Hunt for the
Ben Baldwin? It's so hard to say these things.
Yeah. But, is the Hunt for the Red October an underrated film?
No, here.
That did well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Any film with Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, it's going to get rated. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know who directed that film.
No,
not you.
He's gone.
My number one button. I put. I don't know if you move it. It's called. It's called a movie called The Rookie. Another Dennis. I had to replace my Day After Tomorrow movie.
Yeah.
Since Dennis Quaid, I lost him there. I had to bring him back in another movie, and it's The Rookie. It's a semi-true story about this baseball team down in Texas. And how he moves around. He's an army brat and everything like that. He moves to Texas where it's predominantly football, and he's a baseball guy and everything. And he goes through a change, basically. Something happens in his body where he was always, as a youngster, he's a prospect pitcher, and then he never makes it to the big leagues and everything. And then he ends up making it at the age of like 42 or something like that, because he coached this team and he was pitching to the team. And they're like, "Coach, you throw really, really hard. You should go for a tryout." He went for a tryout and actually ended up making a major league team, which was awesome. So I really like that. Yeah, another one, good one. Yeah, I wish there was a number 2 to that actually, to replacements.
I just want to say, Hunt of Red October, obviously, as far as I say, directed by John McTiernan, one of my favorite directors. But I'll go, guys. My curry waits. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
you want some more movie chat? Thursday night, guys, 8:00. With average people, as always.
Yeah, in the wall.
Big up, in the wall, of course, man.
Yeah.
In the wall, doing the alternate. 10:45. Big up.
10:45. Saturday.
See you later, man.
All right, Bob. Have a good day, buddy.
See you later, man. See you later, guys.
Cheers, Bob.
Great stuff. Thank you for Bob for coming on the show. It's always great to having a chat.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? And it's funny because it's as I even made this list and stuff, I'm looking through so many movies people have put in the chat that are could have easily made my list. Easily could have made my list. You know, like Carl Simpson, The Replacements. I really, really like that movie. Really, Major League again as well.
Wait, just a second. Piss off, Stuart. You've had your legend status revoked.
That's it. We're going to call you Stuart 737.
Film. Piss off, Stuart. Shut up.
Oh dear. Dangerous waters, that.
Dangerous Waters.
Yep.
Love that film. Which one are you talking about? The first one or the second one with Johnny Depp? Major League with Charlie Sheen. Interesting.
That's a cult. That'd be more of a cult following kind of thing, right? Afterwards.
I can think of another one got slammed, and I thought it was a brilliant movie.
I haven't heard of that guy, man.
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
That was the Christian Bale one where he's sort of a futuristic sort of thought police almost. It's sort of a 1984 type story, but it's or Fahrenheit 451, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's basically a dystopian fascist future where emotions are controlled. They're outlawed because they're the start of all violence. So they have the team called the clerics out there to make sure nobody's having not taking their medicine, and they're having secret emotions on the side. It's completely outlawed. I think it's a great movie, but it got slammed. I didn't work out why.
The first one is titled it's the same bloody story. What would do you prefer, the original one or the Johnny Depp one of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Original for me.
I've only watched the original with Gene Wilder in it.
It's just so
creepy. I found the Johnny Depp one a bit annoying personally. I wasn't a fan.
That's why I quite liked it. I think because it was a bit annoying. Red October wasn't underrated; it was underwater. Cheers, Alan.
Nice.
No, did you just say cheers when Alan's in the chat? Come on now. Shut up, Alan.
You said something decent, but still shut up, Alan.
Yeah.
The other absolutely brilliant film, certainly not underrated, one to add as Misery, the best performance from that film.
Misery was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant movie. Oh, fantastic. She's such a great psychopath. Actually, another movie that she's in, she plays a bit role in that didn't do well, but I like Primary Colors, the John Travolta one where he kind of is a parody knockoff of Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, Finding Nemo.
Nemo killed it, bro. It's like one of the highest grossing first Pixar movie. I think Finding Nemo launched Pixar, didn't it?
No, Pixar was already a thing.
No, but I mean that propelled them like into next level where they started, because then they started buying other
promotions,
CGI studios and stuff like that after that, right? Then they really took off, right?
Finding Nemo is one of the greatest films ever.
Legendary. All the Nemo ones. Dory is good too. Finding
Dory is a great film.
Great one. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's beyond blockbuster.
I mentioned Locke earlier with Tom Hardy. He's just sat in the car all movie. There's another one similar to that, which is also drastically underrated.
Yeah.
It's an old Whoopi Goldberg film called Telephone, where it's the same thing. It's just her on the phone the entire film.
Whoopi Goldberg is hated on this channel, so she can.
Really?
Yeah.
You're so racist.
Yeah, she's like the most racist woman on the planet.
But she was married to a Jewish guy.
Yeah, and she still thinks. We won't talk about what she said about Jewish people.
Oh, really? She said bad stuff? I didn't know.
She said something horrible. So
okay, we won't get into that. We don't do politics here. We don't do politics. Quickly moving on. Debbie Does Dallas. Actually, sorry, I'll go further. Deep Throat. Really changed the porn industry and the way movies were made. It was absolutely fantastic. Great acting, showed true commitment, and how an actress can really change the scene in the industry. And they're not just objects, they're actors. They're actors.
That's
absolutely
right.
And not on that note, where can we find you two for the rest of the week?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Tonight we're on the United Spurs of America podcast.
Well, that's right. Yeah, we're all on United Spurs today. Are we doing
yeah,
we are.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's just the way it is, isn't it?
Well, we're going to come back next Saturday, right? So we're supposed to be doing What's Buzzin' Cousin this Friday, but Robbie, if you're watching it, you can't even commit to a show that's every other week. All of a sudden, he's got to work or some bullshit or something like that. So, so we might end up doing something during the week. But other than that, I've really got to get off my ass and put this video together of the Christian's birthday game day experience thing and put that up. But The next thing that's definitely in the pipeline will be In the Bull. Kuv and the Kang will be back next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday. It's in the wall this Saturday. So the following Saturday after that, we'll definitely be back for that. And we'll be on Jacobs tonight. So get on over to United Spurs of America over there, folks, tonight. And make sure you give us a watch. That's 4:30 p.m. my time. I believe 9:30 p.m. your time, right?
That's the one.
I'll be back on Thursday night on Bob Spur TV doing another. No, sorry, on CineCon. Or both. Or he streams it for both channels. So we'll be joined by Haz then, and we're going to go through all-time great horror movies.
Great stuff. So thank you to everyone for joining this week on Brewing Bollocks. We've had a great chat for once. It's not gone into, absolute mayhem as usual. Big up Mini Cooper and Wyatt. Big up.
Mini Cooper isn't back from school yet, so no.
Yeah, big up Mini Cooper.
Cooper, is that a new membership? Is that Mini Cooper in the gang?
Why not?
You've got to do that.
That's Mini Cooper in the gang. We're Cooper in the gang. That's Mini Cooper in the gang.
Mini Cooper isn't going to want to go on stream though. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
Him just being in the chat was good enough.
So thank you to everyone for watching today's show. We will not be back tomorrow. We've got a few things to do tomorrow. And so I think you'll next see us on Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be difficult for us this week. So
hot news there. There's something in on the chat. 10 inches of pure fact right at the bottom there.
Shut up,
Alan.
Big up, Alan.
Shut up, Alan.
Big up, Alan. You know what it's all about, mate.
So thank you to everyone for watching. I will let you know when we're streaming next in our community section and becoming Sean Connery. And you'll see us when we're next streaming. Thank you to Bobby and Kuva for coming on for the podcast. As always, it's always great to chill out with them. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing.
Kit Kat's a biscuit.
Piss off, Kuva.
I love cats.
Cheerio. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to